was explaining the fact that I do broilers. And of course, everybody wants to know, the biggest question is, where do I start?
Yeah.
How do I start?
Where do you stock?
Where do you stock?
Do you have a market? How do you go? Where do you get your feed?
Exactly. But I feel like, starting an agricultural business is just like starting any other business.
Yeah.
You start from somewhere. You have to find your vice. You have to know as a person, this is what I like. Okay, I like goats. I like sheep, and if you're just like me, that likes any other animal, then you'll try and experiment.
You have a love for livestock.
Yes, and that comes largely because my dad is a farmer. Yeah. So I grew up around livestock. I grew up around a farm, and I've always been inspired, always wanted to get into the space, but I always told myself, when the time is right. And the crazy thing about life is that for the time to become right for me, it was literally like a kick by God. I didn't plan and say, I'm actually going to go into farming. I was proper in corporate. I had a job. I was software sales executive.
9 to 5.
It was amazing. 9 to 5. I was doing well. Awards every single year. And then come June 2020 and COVID, and I thought, like I could hear it. People were telling me we're getting retrenched and.
But you thought that it won't happen to you.
I didn't think it was going to happen to me. And then from nowhere, boom, there it was. I had a choice. It's either you stay. And the crazy thing about what has happened this year is that, most of us woke up. It's either you stay in this environment where they want to offer you less. I feel like I'm just a naturally driven person. So I couldn't stand the fact that I'm being told this is how much you're going to earn.
So you didn't want to be demoted. Regardless of what is the situation.
So the situation was, we demote you, we keep you, or we retrench you. So I had to make a choice. And I made that choice to be retrenched. So I ultimately said, you know what, I'm actually done. Because who says that the only amount of money that I can make on a monthly basis is, for example, 40,000. What if I can make 80? What if I can make 100? So I decided at that point, I'm in charge of my own destiny. And I need to actually get into a space where I won't go through a retrenchment again. And a space that I love and I've always loved. And agriculture has always been very close to me.
And I guess where you are in control.
Exactly. You are in control and you don't have someone telling you can't earn a salary at the end of the month because of A, B, C, D, or whatever excuses they have. And I guess I got to a point where I told myself, I want to be in charge of myself and what I earn. It was a big leap of faith. I didn't have any money. Retrenchment packages, as we all know, they are this small. So I told myself, but with this package, I'm not going to be able to get a farm. Like, what am I going to do?
What do you do with that?
What do I do with that? But then, just like every single, journey starts with a single step. You have to start somewhere. So I started doing my research. Despite the fact that my father's a farmer, I've got a mentor, who's my dad. But I wanted to start getting into. I started meeting farmers, and that's how I met Kuto, and I met everybody else in this space, and I got so inspired. The fact that there's so many young people in this
doing it,
and we think that farming is for old people. I'm 28 years old,
and you're in it,
and I'm in it. So I told myself, if they can do it, so can I. So I started doing my research, went on a couple of courses, and which is very important because you have to know. You have to know the science of the livestock you're going to have. You have to know the science of the plants that you're going to plant. Or at least do some research. And the nice thing about, today is that the internet is a wealth of knowledge. You could find anything. Be it creating your own this and planting that. They'll give you step by step of everything. So that's why I get baffled a lot when people ask me, how do I start? I really want to get into agriculture, but how do I start? And I like to refer to those, my partner and I like to refer to those people as couch entrepreneurs. A lot of us are couch entrepreneurs, sila.
You like the idea.
You like the idea of working for yourself and being a farmer.
Self-employed.
Yeah, being self-employed, but you're not willing to actually go into the ground and do the hard work. And the biggest thing about any form of business is that you have to find a mentor. You have to find people that have walked this journey that you're about to embark on. So that's the first thing that I did is I found farmers. Connect with farmers, young farmers. I wasn't looking for my dad's age mates because their experience in farming.
But how was the reception from experienced farmers like you being a newbie in the agricultural sector and you approaching someone who's more experienced than you? What was that reception? Are they willing to help and to engage and to share information, or did you find that most of the farmers that you approached in your quest to find a mentor, to find information, did you find that they are more reserved and they're not willingly giving out information like guiding or what?
No, I feel like that is contrary to public belief. Farmers are very friendly. They actually.
I'd like to think so much.
People seem to think, oh my God, these people don't want to share their secrets. In fact, they get so excited when they see such a young person. They're like, are you sure? So most of the questions that I got from a lot of farmers that I met with or spoke to, they asked me, you know that this industry requires a lot of patience, a lot of resilience, a lot of, you have to be patient because literally you put livestock on your farm, you feed it because you want, for various reasons that people farm. So you have to, it's patience, you know, it's not a get rich quick scheme, you know, and we're trying to create generational wealth here, so it takes time. So, and that's a question that I got all the time, is that how serious are you? You know, are you actually sure that you're about
to... Do you know what you're about to embark on?
And I said, yes. And I feel like telling them that my dad is a farmer almost put them at ease. Like, yeah, you know, I've been around the space, like, relax. And
you're not clueless.
I'm not clueless. And I can tell you this, like, it's such an amazing thing because there's so many young people that don't know, can I get into farming? But farmers actually are so excited to see other young people join them. There's a lot of young farmers. People think that farmers are like in their 60s. That's incorrect.
But I guess it's the stats that you get on Google.
Yes, the stats and what's really happening on the ground is two different things, you see. So I mean, I found the farming community is so welcoming, it's inspirational, it is warm. It's warm, it's educational because every single day is something new. You can go on that course to, you know, that's going to teach you how to raise pigs, for example, you know, or to run a successful piggery. But every single day while you have those pigs, there's something new that's going to happen that you don't know. And that's why I always say, mentorship is the most important thing with farming, and I've got several mentors. I don't even have just one person. I've got several people that I look to because, like I mentioned, I do mixed farming. So, you know, quite a few of the farmers that I've met are specialized. So I've got a mentor that specializes on just broilers and eggs. You know, I've got someone that specializes on goats and sheep and cattle and of course different things. Some people actually just specialize on just horticulture, your crops. So I guess it's finding, you know, people to look up to and have those people walk you through the different steps that you need to walk through. But
give you a clearer understanding 100%. Of what is about to happen 100%. And the journey that you're about to embark on.
Exactly. And everything is just, it's all about connecting the dots. How did I start? I got retrenched. When I got retrenched, I told myself, okay, I could easily go and find another job. I've got a degree, I've got experience. Let me just go back into the job market. But I told myself, how do I break the cycle that my child doesn't have to go through what I'm going through right now? Because, I mean, I had my life handed to me in my hands.
And you could decide where to now.
Yes, now you have to decide, do I go back again and hand my life back to someone else? Or do I actually just keep it and run away?
And create.
Where I'm not going to worry about how I'm going to pay my bond or how am I going to pay my car and all of that. And I decided, you know, it stops now and forever. You know,
you're going into this.
Into agriculture, look into a space that's very close to my heart and a space that literally is all about food security, alleviating poverty and hunger, you know.
But I wanted to ask, your dad is a farmer, right?
Yes.
Did you get any pressure from him to go to venture into the space? Or once you decided that this is what I'm going to do with my life, Pops, what was his take on it? Like, so, when you guys sat down, what was his take?
Yeah, and no, I got absolutely no pressure from my dad whatsoever. My dad never said to me, Noma, get into farming. Never, not even a single day. In fact, when I called him and told him, this is what I'm planning, he was like, say what? Are you serious? And I said, yes, I'm actually serious, and this is what I know. And he's like, you're actually on the right track. You know what? Let me help you. So no pressure from my father
whatsoever. Did you think that really brought him joy, that
amazing,
the roosters are coming back home?
He was ecstatic. He couldn't believe it because he was like, really, are you sure you want to get into farming? Because if there was any form of pressure, I would have gone into farming many years ago. I was working in corporate for a good 6 years. So I could have gotten into farming 6 years ago. But I didn't because I just didn't see myself there. You know, I saw myself in a big fancy pants corner office with my name on it and, you know,
drinking coffee
and incense. And then I realized the owners of this wealth, they're out. They're not here in the city. They bring the money to the city to come and enjoy with the rest of us while we swim in debt. But
so basically you're still trapped. And I guess all of us understand now what is the rat race.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty woke now, so I think we all understand what is the rat race.
Yeah.
So you were running away, or not running away. You were presented with an opportunity to start afresh, and you decided not to go back into the rat race and to be your own.
100%.
And I think that is dope. And I think your father is an awesome father.
Yeah, he's amazing.
For not putting, because most of my peers have kind of like a different story to what you're saying. Like at home they get like a lot of pressure. Go into this, do that, do this, do that. Like a lot of parents are kind of, they're too harsh on their kids. Yeah. So I think your dad is awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And he's amazing. And he's not. He was like, I had to leave, because I asked him, and I said to him, Dad, why didn't you pressure me to go into the space sooner?
Earlier.
I'm like, I'd be so far. But then he said, look, I had to leave you to be your own person, to figure your life out. Because what if you actually didn't want to get into agriculture? But eventually I found myself here.
You were going to waste time. If you didn't want to go into agriculture and you went into it, it's just basically a waste of time.
That's the thing with agriculture. It requires 120% commitment. Sorry, commitment. Because it is literally like, I always used to ask myself, why can't my dad come and watch my soccer games? And only now I understand. Or my netball games. He had to be at the farm. Because if he wasn't there at the farm, then things were just going to go haywire. So only now I understand. I'm like, okay, now I understand this and that and that and that. But it's an amazing space, and I think it needs more young people.
Do you think when you were still in the corporate world, you coming into the agricultural space, right? Did you find that your personality had to your mindset, your perception had to change in order for you to be like a really good farmer? Or can a corporate guy come and run a farm? Is there any changes, personal changes, you know what I'm saying, character traits or that had to take place, that you had to switch or to alter in order for you to thrive in the agricultural sector?
So first of all, I actually have to point this out, that your mindset, the mindset of a farmer and a normal person that goes to work 9 to 5 is totally different. We don't have set hours. So the only thing I would say has to change is your view on life and how you view certain things and your mindset about certain things in life. On the farm things are slower. There's no Cubana around the corner. There's no rockets. There's no monate. Monate umoplase. Do you get what I mean?
And you have to enjoy.
And you have to enjoy. Now you have to start thinking, okay, how do I actually bring my social self into the farm and make it work? But besides that, I feel like your character and your personality as a person will complement whatever you do. So never should you change who you are, but maybe the way you think. Should just shift, and because there's certain things that become a priority and certain things will follow.
That you
have to get rid of, because like I said, capital intensive. So you have to now pick your battles in terms of how you spend your money. Because or else your animals, your livestock is not going to have feed. You need to buy feed. You need to
And anything could happen, like today.
Emergencies.
You know what I'm saying?
Disasters. That's also another thing, is that we fight Mother Nature. Mother Nature can decide there's strong winds.
And there is nothing you can do.
Take away your structure, where your goats were staying. And you have to... So resilience, in fact, you have to develop a very thick and tough skin to be in the industry, because then you'll be crying.
Do you think now that you are in this space and you've networked with a lot of young farmers like myself, like Kutso, do you think now that is what you are, those character traits and that mindset shift? Do you think you are getting that from people that you're finding in the space already? Is that the energy? Is that what you're getting, or are we sleeping? People that you find in agriculture, are they sleeping, or are they really aware of what they're doing and they're energizing you? Or is it a situation where, guys, what are you guys doing? You guys are not as screwed up as I thought you were.
No, actually, I feel like that is the overall maybe perception, to say, okay, are they actually as clued up as I thought they were?
Yeah.
But that also comes from the mindset that farmers are old.
Yeah.
Farmers are not old.
Yeah.
Farmers are smart.
Yeah.
Farmers are young. Farmers are innovative. There is, I
they are
get
scientists because there's a science to
there's a science
agriculture.
to production.
Ah.
There's a science. So I found a lot of, and for some reason, like I always, I don't know, I always attract people that have the same energy as me. You know,
Yeah.
we resonate with each other. So I've never had an issue with, with the type of energy, being Noma, the bubbly girl, loud.
Yeah.
Hi guys, how are you doing? I always get, hi Noma, how are you doing? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's actually cool here. So I've gotten nothing but warm love, and I ask a lot of questions. I'm generally a very inquisitive person that would like to poke.
And that is
how you need to be.
that.
That feels good.